Hi, Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Today I'd like to talk about visualization, emotion, and actualization in the process of becoming more successful. Have you ever heard the old saying that an idle mind is the devil's workshop? Well, we've heard that for years and years and years, and that's rather specific. But let's be a little bit more general. Do you realize that our mind is actually our mental workshop? We can do and think about whatever it is we want to do or think about. We can build whatever we want to build in our mind. Visualization occurs mentally. Now, ultimately, if you think about this, where did the Empire State Building exist before it existed physically? Well, it existed on paper. And before it existed on paper, it existed in the mind of the architect. You know, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty powerful. That means that the physical manifestation of a visualization can in fact occur if we allow it to. The only limits that we have are the limits that we place on ourselves. We can imagine anything we want. There are no limits. There are no governors. There are no judges except those that we say. In the visualization process, we can think whatever we want. And that's pretty powerful. But I want to take you further than that. Not just visualization to actualization, but there's a middle step. There's a middle ground, if you will, and that's emotion. Ultimately, we can imagine any sensory input that we've had. For example, picture the burning of leaves on an autumn afternoon. Picture the taste of vanilla ice cream cake at a birthday party that you had when you were a child. Now, you realize the mind can in fact remember sensory inputs, regardless of whether they're visual, auditory, kinesthetic, it doesn't matter. Now go a little bit further. What does that image of burning leaves on an autumn afternoon remind you of? Does it remind you of a family get-together, of warmth, of good feelings? Ultimately, the visual representation of burning leaves could lead us to an emotion. That's what I want you to do with your visualization. I don't only want you to visualize, I want you to emote it. I want you to think about what it is you want, and I want you to put emotion on it. Think of it in terms of the next job, where you want to retire, what your house looks like. Be excited about it. Picture it, feel it, smell it, taste it, believe it. Believe that you can. The more sensory input that you put into your visualization and the more emotion that you tag with your sensory input, the greater the ability for your mind to say, yes, this is what I want. This is what we need to do to accomplish this. So folks, first, think about what it is that you want out of life. Think about what goals you'd like to accomplish. Once you get them firmly implanted in your mind and imagination takes over and you begin to sort things out, then you go through the organization process. Now remember, this is all occurring mentally. So consequently, you add things, you subtract things, you put things in different order, you do what's necessary. Now you've got a plan together. You've got the sensory impressions associated with the plan. And more importantly, now you have the emotion associated with those plans. Now at this point, we could transform those ideas into reality. We're going to hit roadblocks. You know what's going to keep us going? Those very emotions that we tagged during the visualization process. Consequently, we can continue to take positive action. We can live our dreams if we visualize, if we add emotional tags to what we visualize. And then from that emotional tags, we begin to put positive action in place that moves us forward. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we can in fact live our dreams. Till next time, this is Bill Shaka with your 5-Minute Motivator. Thank you.